think the key for any leader is authenticity, and simply because if you're not, you get found out. And therefore I think in the way every individual leads, they need to embrace who they are. So to the second part of your question, I know that my type of leadership is I want to be chief cheerleader and chief storyteller on behalf of the organization. And if I do that, then I have a chance to deliver on my purpose, which is to help the people in the organization to be the success they deserve to be.
Well, I'd go definitely obsessive. I think you'll have energy and humour.
I think the most striking and important characteristic of a leader is courage. Because after all, whether it's called vision or anything else, to lead towards change, creating change, does take courage, because there will be naysayers around going, oh, you can't, oh, that doesn't work.
If you want to actually help your organisation increase its productivity, by far and away of all the things we study about motivation and incentives and whatever, the most effective thing you can do by such a huge margin is connect people to a sense of purpose. There's a whole series of studies, academic studies, but working with real organizations, actually, be it telephone call centers or high technology business and everything in between. If you connect people to why are we actually here, and is there something here we're actually excited about to come to work? So
I suppose it's making sure that our ambitions meets the ambitions for the people who work in the company, and that enables the business to be a business around for a long time in a much bigger place than it is at the moment. So I suppose it's as much about ambition, I think, for the people working in the company, making sure, because I think that's what will retain the people who look elsewhere, is if they love what we're about, they see that we're doing interesting and diverse things, and it feels like an exciting company to be part of.
The average level of digital literacy in young unemployed people in Britain is higher than the level of digital literacy of the average employed person. So here we are talking about the creative industries, the digital economy, the growth of UK PLC, and the most talented and the people with the most potential in our society simply aren't being given an opportunity. We're fundamentally failing to match talent to opportunity, and that is what's going to blow up in our faces.
We don't have to hire graduates. That we should look, if somebody's 16 and cool with digital skills, rock it, go there, get them. Ronan and I have discussed this before. So trying to change that, and that's actually a hard thing for people to get their heads around. Doing stuff, trying to do seriously, and middle management don't like this. Trying to do stuff like reverse mentoring, letting the youngsters tell you where it's coming from. I've found that it's the only way I've been able to survive in the business, is having the millennials tell me how it is, because I cannot work it out for myself.
The senior people create an environment where there's, just get rid of all the jargon here, there's just mojo in the room. Yeah, you walk into that building and you just get a sense of mojo there. There's energy, there's excitement, and I thought you put it very well about obsession here. It's like, actually, this is a cool place to work. And the only way you can retain these people is by having a high mojo environment where you can talk about employee engagement, use all the jargon of the day, but for me it just comes down to something as simple as, is this a place where it's just exciting to come into? And that's the role for the senior people, not to control it and do all these formalized reviews, because it just doesn't work anymore. And these 25-year-olds, for me, it's so exciting, because if you can engage them and create that environment, the capability you've got there, exactly as you're saying, it's just incredible. If you try and control them, then they are brutal.
I mean, in terms of what I heard tonight that I will take back into BBH, I think there's arguably too much to sort of get my head round. I think the broader thing is there's no rights and wrongs in leadership. I think a lot of people talked about this sort of sense of purpose, so it's very important if you're leading a business that people who work there understand why they actually come to the office every day. I think we heard a lot about that actually leaders should get out the way, empower the kids. We're going through an amazing period of change at the moment, and you've got to listen to the people coming through, the millennials that everyone talks about. So I think arguably the art of great leadership is get out of the way and empower the kids. So that's probably what I'm going to do, which is great.
I think the highlight for me this evening personally was, firstly, it was a great debate. Secondly, the reaffirmation of the importance of your leadership style in terms of courage, authenticity, humility, and sort of like, energy that you need to bring as a leader to an organisation. I thought an interesting theme across the evening was the transition of the leadership model, this debate from human capital to social capital. So no longer is leadership just something done from an office and an ivory tower by a highly experienced person. It's about social, kind of like capital and social leadership. How do you organise, and collaborate efforts around kind of like a common ambition as a business? How do you create that context that people are really excited to come to work against kind of like a common ambition and vision? So this debate of human capital is an old model, social capital, collaboration, and the fact that leadership can come from all layers of the organisation, not just one determined or preordained person who's got a command and control agenda. So that change, and are you prepared for that change, is a really important question for all of us to take away.